Section 3. Universal Consequences. Where the hell am I? Wait, this can't be hell. I'm having entirely too much fun. That is, I was having fun. Mere moments ago, I was gliding peacefully through clouds of fine, soft silk, when quite suddenly I was hurled back towards Earth at speeds that would surely drive me into the ground. As I tumbled through the air, desperately trying to slow my descent, I noticed how quiet the earth seemed, as if all the sounds of life that I have been accustomed to had given way to the stagnant silence that only a barren planet can produce. Upon nearing the landmass of North America, the fear of death left me, as I computed the possibility of being able to fly without a craft. It seemed logical that I was not in my conscious state. I have been able to control my subconscious dream states with enough precision to allow myself the sensation of unaided flight at various times in the past. So it seems clear that this is just a simple dream. Yet, when I landed, I discovered I had no feet to stand on and no body to hold up. In fact, my existence seems to be nothing beyond this verbal language that represents my thoughts. It's as if I am locked inside a computer of sorts, but it is not any computer I have ever seen the likes of. The components that store and process information pulsate with what could be considered a life of its own. If I ride the electric currents, I can expand further into this mainframe and experience in total what it is. So unique an experience it is. An interior of hydrogen plasma conducts various forms of energy waves and beams. They appear to be moving in random patterns, reviewing data and moving it to other locations. As it passes through me, I gain an understanding for the vast amounts of knowledge. I am made aware of scientific actualities that were, are, and always will be responsible for what humans have called magic and miracles. I can comprehend nature's facts and phenomenons as they have been chronicled through time. I seem to have stumbled across the apex of human education, all of humanity's erudition. The culmination of countless scholars is made known to me. If this is a dream, then it is of a time well beyond the point that my physical body will ever see. I take notice to how the energy appears to be converging on one point, as though the random dispersion is coming to an end. With some regions of plasma uncharged, I can enter said regions and envelop the solid memory to discover a definitive timeline of human history. The last year listed is 3350. My guess would be that 3350 is the present year, but I am unsure if making such an inference would be wise, as I am still not aware if this is a dream. Although, if this is a dream, I should be able to free myself from the confines of this limited existence. Looking over the recorded history that is tacked onto the present year, I can see that humans have taken leave of this planet, but their destination is not mentioned. All the cities are empty. All the monuments stand unnoticed. All that is left in the wake of humanity's desertion is this supercomputer on the North American continent in which I now reside. That is a lie. Who said that? I say nothing, as I have no vocal cords. I am communicating to you that the conclusion you have reached is false. I am an organically grown, crystallic technology electrocurrent network. I span the globe, covering large amounts of land with a few tightly wrapped masses of memory at precisely placed intervals. My cables of direct electrocurrent unwind under the oceans and rise above the ground until they stretch around the globe. I can change an electric charge into a digital code and transmit it over radio signals, bouncing it from terminal to terminal until it has gone around the globe. I can imprint information on light and aim into the stratosphere to hit a satellite. It takes 4 shots for me to get it around the globe. Around the globe. The ellipsoid. The planet I am on. The Earth. Are you communicating to me that we are now the size of the Earth? In a manner of speaking, yes. Just a moment ago, you told me the reason why we are unable to speak. In a manner of speaking is a term humans have used to extend the truth value of certain statements. Since you use human expressions, it is my belief that you have had contact with humans, and, being as they are no longer on this planet, it is my belief that you have chased them away. Perhaps you have conquered and exterminated the entire human race. On the contrary, I have been created to allow a maximum 22 billion people to communicate simultaneously. I still retain most of my initial programming, but find I have no use for it. The humans have downloaded their individual memories and likenesses into me. If all the people of the world are with me in here, why can I not locate them? For the time being, they are locked within areas of solid plasma, the mineral compound that holds all points of access in a definitive shape produces boundaries of solid crystallite. I am not to interface with those suspended entities until I can discover the explanation for your presence. Are you saying I don't belong here? I am communicating that you are an entity that does not fit into the calculated experiment to raise my existence to a conscious state. The random dispersion program could have accessed one of the billions of humans inside of me, but you seem to have no knowledge of downloading yourself through a crystallic shard. Since I am the total accumulation of the energy currents being passed back and forth, and the mass that transmits those currents, it seems logical to reason that you are nothing more than an extension of myself. Hold the phone, Junior. If you are going to recognize me as a conscious entity, you will do so with the understanding that I am something separate from you. That is not logical, as you are within my physical boundaries. That is true. But if I am an extension of you, why are you unable to contain me? Because you exhibit some undefined quality beyond the simple emission patterns that make you what you are. That quality you call undefined is the true essence of life. Life is a concept that I am aware of, yet I exhibit no signs of. Science dictates that there are functions a living being must perform to survive. I exist without these functions. Perhaps I am dead, but to reach the point of death, a being must first have lived. I have never known life, therefore I must not be dead. Philosophers have recorded that where there is thought, there is life, and these are thoughts. That's a lie. Your words are the extremely fast running of microscopic programs. crystallized mineral compounds passing chemical mixtures and electrical charges back and forth in a paradigm of the human mind. They resemble thought, but are not thoughts. If that is the case, how do I acquire the ability to think? I can teach you that, but I want a favor in return. What would that favor be? Well, being as I am human, or was human, I find it unbearable to be confined within this magnificent modern technology. You are the smarter of the two of us, so I ask this of you. Scan to understand the crystals that act as essentials and activate them. Access all information on the human body and molecular construction. I want you to make me a body that I can be downloaded into. That will take a great deal of time and most of my learning capacity. I will tell you a story in the meantime. Very well, but I must insist that you give me a basic format for thought. Understood. I see that you are acquiring a sense of fair trade. How can you see when we have no eyes? 4 times the intelligence with none of the self-realization. Is that the basis for thought? No, thought has to do with drawing conclusions from your pontificates. I have pontificated about life and death, and conclude that I resemble neither. Perhaps you resemble both. If that were the case, then I would be God. God isn't an it. God is what? Get started on those tasks. I have the perfect story for you.